Now, one thing that I think is really important to talk about is the great people you need to have to do this kind of work. It's the second key ingredient in the project. Personally, I felt this was the most important reason for our success. We had a small but very dedicated core group of people on our green team, and you'll see some of them here in the room today. Dennis and Laura and Carol are here. Here they are inspecting our roof prior to the installation. And as we said, we're in the shade today and in the sun tomorrow. As well as our green team, which wasn't that big, we needed a lot more people for participating in this for it to happen. And this included our executive council, our church council, our ministers, our supplier evaluation team, our church trustees, our facilities committee, and even our sextons and our caretakers. And as you can see by the solar tour, we were still getting people on board. Here we are, jumping on the cherry picker. The third key ingredient I mentioned was our supplier. It was Solar Grid, working with Interval Electric. We insisted on a site visit to check them out. We wanted to see the product in action. We had never seen solar systems before. Our visit to their headquarters started off a little slowly. We talked a lot. We saw some photos. We were shown this sample mounting bin. Wow. We eventually asked, can we see a solar panel? No, they're all wrapped up in a warehouse. Can we see one of the solar panels on your roof? No, can't let you up there, it's unsafe, we can't let you up there. So we're getting a little dismayed. We thought, oh, well, I don't know, what do we do now? We came all this way, there's 6 of us here. Well, we eyed their well-stocked bar sitting to the side, thinking now there's a chance for some true hospitality. However, nobody offered. Maybe it was Sunday and they didn't feel right offering it to a religious group. Anyway, so we're getting a little patient and we asked, is there anywhere you've installed these bins? No. Then how did you know they work? They said, on your way out, just drive by the Home Depot. So we did. And that's when we saw hundreds of them on the roof. And then we noticed on several other Home Depots, the same mounting system, these big plastic bins. We figured, if Home Depot's buying hundreds of them, can we be that far off? So actually our relationship got a little bit better after that. And as we went along, even though there were a couple little snags here and there, we worked out all the kinks. Here we are working at the newly installed inverters on the roof. They are the devices that convert the direct current from the solar panels to alternating current, which we use in our buildings and the hydroelectric system. And George, the guy in the middle with the long hair, is saying, honestly, I thought you said it was okay to put them here. We actually moved them to a different wall. Turned out fine. And here we are looking at the external shutoff switch that Toronto Hydro insisted we put for emergency reasons. And Ian, one of our members of our facility committee, is saying, you know, George, I think we have to put a lock on that. We don't want anybody walking up and shutting down our solar system. And we're working on it. And up on the roof, here we are. Ian is looking down at George and one of his crew members suggesting, measure twice, cut once. Don't cover up the drain, and make sure they all face due south, which is that way. And we worked out all those. And in the end, all the little snags and kinks were worked out and everyone was happy. We were acting like a team, looking like a team. So, just briefly, where are we now? As I mentioned, on Tuesday, October 18th, Toronto Hydro installed our meter. It was the last missing piece. It was like a puzzle where you put the last piece in. Testing was performed and the system was started. On the 20th, our monitoring system was all connected and we can get it on our computer. And if you go outside these doors and around the corner, you'll see a panel by the ceiling with live feed of the production from the roof. We are still tweaking the computers now. We're working on cleaning up paperwork. We need to settle up with the OPA, Toronto Hydro. We're learning how to manage and diagnose the system. We don't know very much about it. Our sextons and facilities people need to understand how it works and how the electronics work in case we see, drop in power or warnings or lights of various sorts. And here's a few pictures of the system from one end to the other. This is Dennis standing beside the newly installed export meter from Toronto Hydro. It's sitting right in the middle, and there's a shut-off switch on either side. And here's the conduit that goes up to our roof, and it's traversing our lower roof, which is just over there. And it connects to our inverters, which are mounted on the side wall, right over there, up in that top corner, side by side. There's two of them, because each handle 5 kilowatts of power, and they each are connected to strings of 24 panels, which are up there. And that is the solar array, which is right above your heads. They're installed in those bins with essentially patio stones, weighting them down, and then the panels installed in the bins. And last week, or this week, on a very wet and cloudy day, we could actually see through our monitoring system we were producing some power. Although this chart is a little clipped because we, for some reason, haven't figured out how to adjust the scale, it is showing power production over the day, even though it was cloudy. And we all feel better that we are saving the atmosphere from harmful greenhouse gases. And there's two measures on this chart that comes with our inverters. One is, weight of CO2 prevented, and the equivalent of taking a car off the road for 552 kilometers. Wow. So we feel good that even over a very dismal and gray and wet week, we've actually saved the planet. And the icing on the cake, we've earned $126. So here it is, a sky view picture of our entire church with this hall. And to the right-hand side, you can see the solar panels on the roof, all done. And that's, Tony's going to talk for a little bit.